This is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Very deep drop and a very deep throw, and it's Hill. He can't make the...
From game-winning calls to controversial decisions, NFL referees hold the power to alter history with the blow of a whistle. Well, football is a game for humans who are all imperfect. But how many of these referee calls change the game? In this video, we'll check out some of the most infamous moments where the referees changed the course of an NFL game forever. Number 1. Fail Mary. In an NFL game involving the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers, the referee made one of the most notorious calls in league history. Due to a labor disagreement, replacement officials were working. Therefore, a Hail Mary pass resulted in a controversial decision. Golden Tate of the Seahawks tried to catch the ball, which was likewise in the possession of M.D. Jennings, the Packers safety. There was widespread bewilderment and anger when the officials declared it a touchdown for Seattle. Ultimately, the call resulted in the NFL bringing back regular referees. The questionable call directly affected the game's outcome, and the Seahawks prevailed 14-12. The call sparked intense discussion and investigation, leading the NFL to resolve the matter quickly. Number 2. Division Divider. A controversial call on the first kickoff of a pivotal divisional game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys unarguably spoiled the game's momentum, favoring the Cowboys. The controversial call directly affected the tempo and results of the game, helping the Cowboys win and drawing fire from players and spectators. Number 3. The play that changed pass interference. The New Orleans Saints and Los Angeles Rams squared off in the much-awaited NFC Championship game. The officials failed to call an apparent pass interference against Rams CB Nickel Robbie Coleman, with 1 minute and 49 seconds left in the game tying the score. The outcome of the game was significantly affected by the non-call, which allowed the Rams to win in overtime. The missed pass interference call changed the game's outcome, which helped the Rams win and infuriated many. The NFL changed its rule for 1 season after the incident, allowing replays to evaluate pass interference in the following season. Number 4. Hopkins goes out of bounds. A contentious call made by the officials during a Monday Night Football game between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans garnered media attention. Replays showed that the officials had ruled Texans running back DeAndre Hopkins out of bounds on a crucial play, but that wasn't the case. The call affected the flow and result of the game, which in turn affected the Raiders' 27-20 victory. The Texans' drive and opportunity to score were hampered by the inaccurate out-of-bounds ruling, which ultimately contributed to their defeat. The call sparked concerns about the dependability and accuracy of officiating during pivotal periods in games. Number 5. Colts vs. 49ers controversy. Next, we'll talk about a refereeing controversy that looked a bit more personal. A string of contentious officiating calls during an Indianapolis Colts game against the San Francisco 49ers drew harsh criticism. The momentum and result of the game were significantly affected by the officiating mistakes, which included contested touchdown calls and canceled interceptions. Officiating mistakes directly impacted the Colts' lead and the 49ers' comeback, resulting in a 34-31 49ers victory. Because of the contentious nature of the game, the NFL released a statement admitting the officials' mistakes. Number 6. The Snowplow Game. The Patriots drove into position for a 33-yard field goal attempt with fewer than 5 minutes remaining in the game, and the score was still 0-0. Then for John Smith to kick off a clean spot, Patriots coach Ron Meyer gave the snowplow operator, Mark Henderson, a convicted burglar, on work release, direct orders to remove the snow-covered field. The Patriots won 3-0, Smith nailed the kick, and Miami Dolphins coach, Don Shula, was left to pout in the snow. Number 7. The Tuck Rule Game. The famous Tuck Rule primarily affected the New England Patriots' dominance in the early 2000s. Following a hit by Charles Woodson of the Raiders, Patriots quarterback Tom Brady appeared to fumble the ball during the 2001 AFC Divisional Playoff game. It looked like the Raiders would win once they got the ball back. Upon closer inspection, however, the officials cited the obscure Tuck Rule, which said that even if the ball is mishandled later, the incomplete pass is still deemed to have occurred if the quarterback's arm is moving forward. The Patriots won the game, and the Super Bowl after the ball was returned to them. The Tuck Rule was abandoned due to this call's contentious nature. Number 8. The Dez Bryant non-catcher. Dez Bryant's pivotal fourth-quarter grab on fourth down during the Dallas Cowboys versus Green Bay Packers 2014 NFC Divisional Playoff game was contentiously overruled. Bryant took 3 steps and reached the end zone, seemingly making an incredible catch. But the ball wobbled when he struck the ground. The process of the catch regulation, which was subsequently modified, allowed for the contentious overturning of an initial catch ruling during review. This resulted in a Packers win, which shocked Cowboys players and supporters alike. Number 9. The Immaculate Reception. The Immaculate Reception, one of the most famous plays in NFL history, occurred in the 1972 AFC Divisional Playoff game between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Franco Harris somehow received a throw from Steelers quarterback Terry Bradshaw that bounced off a Raiders player just before it reached the ground, and Harris ran it in for the game-winning score with less than a minute remaining. The subject of the controversy is whether the ball touched Jack Tatum of the Raiders or John Fuca of the Steelers. The player helped lead the Steelers to a decade of dominance once the officials determined the catch was lawful. Number 10. The Music City Miracle. Depending on whose side you choose, the Tennessee Titans' unbelievable performance in the 1999 AFC wildcard game was either a miracle or a botched call. The Buffalo Bills were up by 1 point with 16 seconds remaining. Frank Wycheck, the tight end for the Titans, delivered a lateral ball across the field to Kevin Dyson on the kickoff, and Dyson ran down the sideline to score a touchdown. The question was whether the throw was forward, illegal, lateral, or legal. Officials declared it a lateral, despite the Bills' objections, solidifying the Titans' victory. This call is still the subject of discussion, particularly in Buffalo. Number 11. Devin's Taylor tackle. Green Bay Packers 21, Detroit Lions 23. With 6 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, the Packers ball on their 21-yard line. It was never intended for one of Aaron Rodgers' greatest miracles to occur. On what looked to be the game's last play, Devin Taylor tackled the Packers quarterback after he completed a couple of lateral passes and a 19-yard connection to James Jones. However, Taylor was given one more snap after being called for a face mask penalty. Without any time remaining, Aaron and Richard Rodgers quickly connected on a 61-yard Hail Mary ball that was intercepted. Upon closer inspection, though, Taylor should have never been penalized for the infraction because he had only slightly touched the face mask's lower bar with his thumb. Dean Blandino, the league's vice president of officiating, responded incoherently, neither confirming nor denying that the right call had been made. Number 12. A touchdown that wasn't. Jets ball on the Patriots' 4-yard line with 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Patriots 24, New York Jets 14. After receiving a quick ball from Josh McCown, Austin Jenkins dove toward the end zone's front corner. They hauled Malcolm Butler and Durant Harmon, 2 Patriots defenders, along with them. Judge Patrick Turner put up his hands in the air. Every touchdown is scrutinized, which is when the stupidity started. Referee Tony Corrente declared that it had been a fumble of the ball into the end zone, resulting in a touchdown rather than a score. Following a 5-minute wait, granted when Butler hit ASJ in midair, he momentarily lost possession of the ball, but it was evident that he reclaimed it before either player touched the ground. As the top AFC playoff seed, the Patriots finished 1 game ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 13. An interception that wasn't. Even though NFL referees are notoriously awful, this nonsense with stand-in officials made us realize how much worse the game would be in their absence. Rolling to his left, rookie quarterback Russell Wilson lofted a jump ball to the end zone's corner. After almost pushing cornerback Sam Shields to Gig Harbor, wideout Golden Tate wrestled safety M.D. Jennings for the ball. When Jennings had possession first, he pressed the ball to his chest, but Tate would not let up on the play, and while Jennings and the ball were on the turf, he put his right arm over them. The only thing the 2 Jamokes in vertical stripes closest to the play could do was glance at one another. Referee Wayne Elliott determined after a laborious replay review that both players had simultaneous possession of the ball. Therefore, the score was invalid. Number 14. Ron Green amid Crew's misadventures. There are 13 minutes remaining in the first overtime period. The Packers 45, the Cardinals 45, with the Packers ball on their 24-yard line. During a corner blitz, Michael Adams blasted in, causing Aaron Rodgers' right hand to lose control of the ball. Carlos Dansby, a linebacker, ran 17 yards for a quick victory. Adams had pulled on Rodgers' face mask during his follow-through for a few seconds, but the league cited a rule change 2 years prior that permitted unintentional contact. Alright, fantastic. What about end Bertrand Berry's uncalled helmet-to-helmet hit on Aaron Rodgers 1 play ago, and wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald's uncalled interference in the 3rd period when he shoved cornerback Charles Woodson aside to set himself up for a touchdown reception? Do you mean referee Ron Green and his crew were paid for this? Number 15. Mixed-up coin toss. In the overtime coin toss, did Steelers co-captain Jerome Bettis call tails as he insisted? Was Bettis, as referee Phil Luckett believed, calling heads? As one Lions player said, did Bettis call one thing and colleague Carnell Lake call another? Or, as the audio seemed to indicate, did Bettis call something that sounded like, tails? Whatever the technical jargon, it wasn't evident. If such was the case, Luckett should have picked up the coin immediately before the outcome was known and then done it again. Lions place kicker Jason Hanson opened the game with a 42-yard field goal, eliminating the Steelers from the AFC Central competition and making the entire league appear extremely foolish for failing to execute such a basic concept. These controversial calls are a clear reminder of the crucial part officiating plays in the National Football League. The discussion continues even though the regulations have changed in response to some of these issues. For better or worse, these contentious incidents turn the NFL from a game into an ongoing drama that keeps us hooked to our televisions each season. So guys, that's it for today's video. Which of these referee actions is the real game changer? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL stories.